Hello everyone, my name is Vivek. We are back at our JCUSAA's React to News edition of YouTube videos. Could I have a woohoo?
Woohoo!
I like, okay, we can do better with the energy, but never mind.
The weather is very nice.
Okay, weather is quite nice actually. Yeah, it's raining today. Okay, so we shall introduce the speakers for today first. I think we can start with Erica.
Hi everybody, my name is Erica and I'm a JCU staff as well, and I'm being requested to join for today's video because I moved out about a few months ago, so yeah, you'll learn more about it later when I speak, so yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica.
Thanks, Erica. Maybe next we can have Xeenah.
Hi everyone, I'm a JC alumni and I graduated in 2019. I'm just very excited to be here today and react with everyone else.
Hi, Xeenah.
Hi, Xeenah. Next, Jason.
Hi guys, I'm Jason, 28 this year, graduated in 2019, I think. So for myself, I'm looking at moving out in the near future, so in the process of applying BTO for the second time. Yeah, so more about that later.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, so my name is Vivek, as I mentioned earlier. I hate revealing my age, but I am 27. Also a JCU alumni, part of the Alumni Association as well. So for myself, I'm still living with my parents, and my parents still expect me to live with them as long as they are here. So that will be my perspective coming in today. I guess you'll be wondering why we are speaking so much about where we are living and things like that, because today's news that we are going to react to is an article that came out, and the article was stating that at the age of 32, I moved out of my parents' flat and I've learned to be independent and so much more. This is the title of the article that we will be discussing today. Maybe we can start off by everyone sharing what their thoughts on this article is, just generic thoughts before we jump into the specifics. Maybe Erica, you can share your thoughts first.
Cool. I remember reading this article. It just happened after I moved out of my mom's place. So it was very relevant because I wish this article came out like before I did the move, so I actually can have more insight. But the thing is, it came out like shortly after I moved out, and everything was already like settled and done and dusted. So, but I still find it like super relevant, and some of the things that they mentioned is this person that mentioned is really what I have went through as well. But I think the difference with I think this lady, she moved out and she rented with her friends, I think, or with someone else, so it's like a room thing. But for me, like slightly different because I rented a place on my own, so there's more things that I needed to do because of the process is like super long, so super tedious, like not very long, but it's super tedious. So yeah, I found personally, I would have found this very useful if it came out like maybe 2 months before it came out. But yeah, I think it's super relevant to me still. Yeah.
Oh, actually, just curious, Erica. When did you actually move out?
I moved out in December, 1st of December last year.
Oh, wow, recent.
Yeah, very recent. Yeah.
How do you find it so far?
Wow. Like amazing, like 80% of the time, and then like there's the 20% of the time it's just like I can't say the word, but like it's just really it could be quite stressful. I'm like it's not just sunshine and rainbows as people would think, like, oh, you moved out, so you like party every time with your friends, and like you can have anyone coming over to your house. Nobody will call you at like 10 p.m. Where are you? Are you coming back home? And all this stuff. It's like, isn't that amazing? And like, it's amazing for about like the first maybe 6 months, and then after that it's like, oh shit, like there's responsibilities and there's routine, and then there's so many things that you need to you never imagine that you needed to do until like you lived on your own, then you experience that, and it's like, oh, so this is how it actually feels like yeah. But it's a huge learning curve for me, but it's also like the most amazing thing that I've done for myself so far in my life, in my short 32 years worth of life.
Okay, I'm very glad you ended your statement with that, because like within the first few minutes of your statements, you were like crushing my dreams. I was like, no, it's not all about partying. But yeah, you saved it with the last part, which was maybe Jason, you can share with us your thoughts generically on the article before we dive in.
Yeah, so actually I have a question for everyone. Cause this lady, she moved out at 32, right?
Yeah.
So do y'all think this is old or like old age to move out, or it's still acceptable cause it's 2021 kind of thing?
Wow. Should I answer it? Because I can't. I think that's a very good question actually, Jason, because I've been working for a long time. So I have started working since I was 22. So I moved out when I was 31, well, approaching 32, because I was 31 last year and I moved out in December, right? So that's why I said this article really resonates, because it's like, when it came out, my friend literally sent it to me and she's like, isn't this you? Did you write it? I did not write this. This is not me. But it is a lot that I've also shared on my like social media and all that. So I was working for a very long time, and it didn't cross my mind about moving out until until last year, which was like 31 years old. I would say that it really doesn't matter like what your age is, but more of like what your financial status is. If it's somewhat stable, like if you have been working for a while and you have a little bit of savings and you have a stable job, that kind of thing, then yes. And that tends to be like when you are like at an older age. But I mean, of course, if you're looking at the Western culture where they moved out into their like college when they're 18 years old and all that, but they kind of have like some sort of like government funding or that kind of stuff, and that is like their rite of passage, right? Like they need to go to the school, so they stay on campus. So even though you might want to do that when you're like 25 or even 21 years old, you want to move out of your parents' house, you need to think about like, when I move out, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna put in my stomach? How am I gonna pay the rent? If you have that kind of stability, then I think yes, you can go ahead. But if you don't, then maybe wait a few more years. So I don't think like it's a age issue, but it should be more of like a financial status issue.
And whether can like afford it in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I see.
Yeah.
too late. Like you can move out at any point, like in time that you want, but you need to know that you have something to fall back on at the end of the day.
I see. Yeah, because for me, I think I agree quite or I resonate quite a lot to that with what you said. Because if not for let's say I want to start a new family with my girlfriend, future wife, I think I would actually want to continue staying with my family. Because one of the struggles I had was, leaving the family nest. It made me feel a bit sad. Yeah, so that was one of the factors that, like looking at this article, I'm like, it is a very big step, both financially and also for your own independence and breaking free from the nest. But of course, I do see, I can see why people want to move away also, don't want to forever rely on their parents, or can't stand their certain family members. Quite typical reasons.
yeah.
But I also agree with Erica. I think like I mean, as I said lah, not that I'm having any plans of moving out anytime soon because my parents actually want me to stay here with them. But in the few times that I have given it thought, I think the concern is more financial matters. Like, I don't think it's so much about age. As Erica started working at 22, so I guess there was that stability. Some people work at an older age, so it's more about when you feel you can pay the rent. Because at the end of the day, I think it depends on your job as well. Like for my job, now work from home lah, but on pre-COVID or post-COVID situations, it would be that I'm spending most of my time outside at work. So essentially, house is going to be a place where I just come back to sleep. So I whether you sleep in your house with your parents or in your house alone, it's not going to be that much of a difference lah. So my bigger concern is whether I can afford to pay a rent to be able to sleep alone in an apartment. So finances I think is a bigger concern than age per se.
So your parents want you to stay, but do you want to stay as well?
That's a deep question. The thing is like my father worked very hard, and we have been very blessed that he was able to buy a landed property. So it is a big house, and to him it is one of his life achievements. So and the way he phrased it to me from a very young age is, I put in the work so that I can live in the landed property, not so that I can enjoy it, but my future generations, children, grandchildren can enjoy it lah. So with that being the train of thought, that was the logic he taught me from a very young age, which is stay here. I've put in my hard work, blood, sweat, everything to get you this house. He doesn't see the point in me moving out just so that I can put my blood and sweat just to get a rental apartment or to purchase a small apartment for myself when he has put in the work to get the landed property. Which makes sense to me, and as the Jason's example, when I don't hate anyone in my family, my family is actually okay with me calling my friends over to have parties. So I guess I am in a good situation, which makes me want to just enjoy the fruits of my father's labor. Sounds horrendous when I say it that way. But if you got the perks, why throw it away, right? So yeah. But at the same time, there are times where I'm a very minimalistic. Like decoration wise, I go very minimalistic. If you see my room, it is basically copied paste out of a Muji handbook kind of thing. So that's the aesthetic I like, whereas my parents like the more traditional, cluttered, in my definition, aesthetic to the house. So there is some clashes there. Like, I guess when I get older and I want my house to reflect a bit of me, I have to compromise with my parents as to what their style is. So that is a challenge, but I guess it comes down to family communication. So far, we have not been wanting to murder each other yet lah. So I'm at this point, I'm pretty comfortable living where I am. Xeenah, how about you?
Me right now, like as Erica said, like your financials need to be good enough before you can move on. And honestly, I agree, because in Singapore, like our cost of living is like super high. It's like if you go like maybe to like US or something, you realize that their cost of living there is much more lesser, but their like necessities are higher. So like for us, we have it the other way around. So I think right now, like even if I am thinking of moving out, but going through like the process of like going like to HDB, asking them for rental, and then doing all that seems very like hard for me. So I think I would like, for now, for a few more years, like save up more, then I can like move out and like live alone for some time just to experience, what it is, because I've been living with my parents like for the past 20 years. So I'm like at this point, like with COVID, I think I'm like done. Like I don't think I want to do this anymore.
It's so true. It is so true. Like there is a spike up actually, like in terms of Singaporeans moving out because of COVID, and I must say that it was basically one of the most primal reasons why I moved out, because I had my sister's family staying in my mom's house with 2 young kids, and it was just constant, a lot of like people running out, in and out, and I can't see my friends, and we can't have like a lot of people coming to the house. So it's like it was just noise, a lot of it. It was very stressful at that point. And I decided like I can't have it anymore. I'm out. Bye guys. Like please, like you have my deepest blessings, but I'm out of this. Like I need my own space. I need to like, you know, like my own safe haven, really. But
I mean, interestingly enough, so similar to Erica, so there was a point where both my sisters who are married, like they were all staying together with us. My elder sister has 2 children, so there was that whole a lot of noise, a lot of action, a lot of fighting going on in the house. But that's the thing, like, so recently both of them moved out to their own respective houses. So now it's just me, my dad, and my mom, and I already find the silence in the house too like maddening, you know. Like I'm so used to the noise that I guess for me personally it feels so weird to be so quiet. So yeah, so I mean at least now I got my parents talking to me. I just wondered like moving alone, if the parents are also not there to make at least some noise, or like my mom and dad fight every morning lah. So at least there is some noise in my daily experience. So now if that is taken away, I think I might be one of those crazy people who just like records the family fighting just to play in the background so that I can be sane.
That's so same. But yeah, I have to totally agree. So like what I said before, right? A lot of people think that, oh, it must be like the best thing that you do for yourself is sunshine and rainbows every day and all that kind of stuff. But nobody ever told you how expensive grocery was. Nobody ever told you that you need to like, you know, buy dishwashing liquid, stain removers, toilet cleaning stuff, and you know, you need to have softener together with your detergent and all this kind of stuff, you know. And it's like in the littlest thing you go mad, like. And the thing is like you would have thought like, oh, the rental is something that will give you a lot of stress, like you need to pay the rent and all that kind of stuff. In fact, that's like one of the easiest thing that I can do for my house, because I just need to like transfer the amount and I don't have to think about it. But it's the constantly like staying in this place, like, oh, I need to like start watering my plants every day. I want to have plants, then I need to water them. You know, like nobody actually, like if I live in my mom's house, she has like so many plants. I can like just go there and pick some pandan leaves and start cooking my cookies and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't have to worry about who's gonna water them, and the laundry is gonna do itself. And like, you know, I don't need to operate that washing machine. Like everything is just so perfect until you live in your own house. You're like, okay, now I need to eat. What am I gonna eat? Like I need to learn how to use this induction cooker. I have not tried this in my whole life. How am I gonna do it? You know, my washing machine stalled. What happened? I need to Google what is this error message that's coming out from the washing machine. What is this about? Like there's so many things that like they don't tell you. There's no like, you know, a guidebook that says like, oh, you know, this happens when you do this happens when you do this. There's nothing, and you're like just left there trying to figure it out. But that's also like the best thing that you can. It's so frustrating to go through it, but it's also the best thing, because if I didn't do that, then I would learn it much later in my life and probably be even more mad then. So it's like, I think the thing is like, I totally agree with you. Like you will miss the noise, the, you know, morning people put food on your table and then you're like, oh, I got breakfast, I can eat now, and like move on with the day. You totally miss that. But there is also a huge sense of achievement, right? When your washing machine spoiled and you fixed it, and you're like, yes, I did it by myself. Like you celebrate the whole freaking day, you know, like it's so small. It's maybe the smallest thing, but I really was like so happy. And I would like tell all my friends like, you know what, I did this and I fixed this thing and I did that thing. It's like, oh my God, like the sense of achievement is so high. And it's almost like a drug. So you kind of like, I need to fix this, I need to do that. And it's so satisfying. But yeah, you miss like the smallest thing, and in the smallest thing you find like the biggest sense of achievement. Yeah.
Actually, Erica, I must say, I mean, whatever you shared was very good. information, but my biggest takeaway was that you bake cookies. So post-COVID, I expect some cookies coming my way. Just laying it out there first.
Hey guys, Weijie here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy our content, give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more. The next part of the video can be found here. Wish you guys a happy new year and take care. Bye!